What happens when a person gives everything, time, pain, discipline, and still fails? Not because they were lazy, not because they quit, but because they were training, alone. Kael learned this the hard way. Before the sun cleared the ridge, his fist slammed into the wooden post. The sound cracked the quiet morning, again and again. Skin split, blood smeared the grain of the wood. His breath came sharp and uneven, but he didn't stop. He couldn't. 3 years of mornings like this had trained his body to move even when his mind screamed to quit. He stepped back, shook his hands, then struck again, harder this time. Teeth clenched, jaw locked. "Why am I still weak?" he muttered to the post as if it could answer. He lived on the edge of Ashmere village, where the land thinned into rocky paths and half-forgotten trails. That was where it happened. Years ago. He was a boy then, running behind his father on the road that curved through the hills. Bandits came fast, too fast. His father pushed him aside, shouted for him to run, and stepped forward alone.
Kael remembered the sound of steel, the dust in the air, the way his legs froze when they should have moved. By the time the road fell quiet, his father lay still. That moment carved something into Kael that never healed. Weakness had a cost, and he swore he would never pay it again. So he trained, alone, every day, at dawn and after dusk. He copied what he remembered from old demonstrations, from half-heard advice, from watching others in the village square. He drove himself past pain, past fatigue, past sense. He believed effort would carry him where talent might not. If others rested, he pushed. If others stopped, he continued. Pain became proof. Blood became confirmation. Yet nothing changed. In sparring matches, men who trained half as much knocked him down with ease. Their movements looked careless, almost lazy, yet he could never touch them cleanly. Each loss burned deeper than the last. At night, Kael lay awake, replaying every mistake. "I'm doing more than them," he whispered to the dark. "I'm giving more." The silence never argued back. The Riverstone Martial gathering arrived with drums, voices, and expectations. Kael stood at the edge of the circle, heart pounding, palms sweating. This was the moment that would justify everything. The crowd leaned in as he stepped forward. He began his form. Movements sharp at first, then rushed. His breath fell out of rhythm. His balance slipped. A stumble, a correction that came too late. Murmurs spread. When sparring began, his opponent moved once, twice, and Kael was on the ground, staring up at the sky. The match ended before it truly began. The walk home felt longer than any road he'd known. That night, under a sky without stars, Kael returned to his training ground. He picked up a hammer, hands shaking. "You lied to me," he said to the post. "I gave you everything." He raised the hammer, ready to end it all. The training, the hope, the lie. "Stop." The voice came from behind him, calm, steady. Kael turned. An older man stood just beyond the torchlight. Silver hair, relaxed posture, sharp eyes. "You're about to destroy the wrong thing," the man said. "Who are you?" Kael snapped. "Someone who's seen this before?" "Your arms are strong, your will is fierce, but your strikes are empty." Kael laughed bitterly. "Then teach me." The man shook his head. "Not like this." He stepped closer, picked up a small stone, placed it on the ground. With a gentle motion, he struck it once. It split cleanly. "Force without aim wastes itself," he said. Come back when you're ready to unlearn. The man left. His name, Kael would later learn, was Renji. The next morning, Kael returned, and the next. Renji ignored him for days. When he finally spoke, it wasn't about striking. It was about standing. Breathe, Renji said. Feel where your weight rests. This is a waste of time, Kael muttered. Renji's eyes flicked to him. Then leave. Kael stayed. Weeks passed. No punches, no kicks, just balance, breath, movement. Anger rose daily. I used to train until my hands bled, Kael said one evening. Now you have me walking in circles. And yet, Renji replied, you're finally moving forward. Something shifted in the third month. His body felt lighter. His strikes, when allowed, landed deeper with less effort. In sparring, opponents hesitated. By the 6th month, Kael faced the man who had humiliated him at Riverstone. One exchange, one clean movement. The match ended quietly. 2 years later, a small hall stood near the edge of Ashmere. Inside, simple words were carved into the wall. Direction gives effort meaning. Kael watched his students train, correcting them, gently, firmly. He thought of his father, on the road, of the years he spent rowing without a compass. Sometimes the change you need isn't more effort, it's a better path. If this story spoke to you, if you've been working hard and going nowhere, ask yourself who's guiding you. If it helped, tap like. Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for more stories that cut deeper than noise.